Hello students, welcome to all our chemistry class. Today we are going to start our new chapter, chemistry first chapter, properties of a matter. So you know that in our surrounding so many material is there, no? This all materials is made up of different particles. So say that picture, in that picture which all materials you are observing? The first one is balloon is there, no? That balloon filled with the air. Similarly another one, geometry box is there, then a glass filled with the water, then specs is there, then pencil. These all materials in existing different states. So you know that in our surroundings so many materials, these all exist in different states. You know that the three states, physical states of material is, one is solid, another one liquid, another one gas. Solid, liquid, gas. Liquid, gas. So you want to, from this picture, give an example for solid. The geometry box, it is an example for solid, no? So again specs, geometry box, specs, then pencil. This all comes under solid state. Then give an example for liquid state. Their glass also is there. Inside the glass filled with the water, no? So water is exist in a liquid state. So then water is example for liquid. So their glass is example for solid. Then the balloon is example for solid, but inside the balloon, which one filled there? Inside the balloon filled with the air, no? So that is the example for gas. So example for gas, balloon filled with the air. Filled with air. It is an example for gaseous state. Then example for liquid, water. Inside the glass you see there water, no? So water is an example for liquid. Given other general example for solid, liquid, gaseous state. In gaseous state so many example is there: oxygen, nitrogen, this all carbon, this all gaseous, comes under the gases. Then for example for liquid, juice, this all comes under in the state of liquid state. Juice, oil, this all comes under liquid. So you understood, in our surrounding we are seeing so many things, these all things in existing different states. They are classified into solid, liquid and gaseous state. Next we want to conduct some activities. So in here three activities there. The first activity, for that activity we need two beakers filled with the 3/4 of water, same amount of water in two beaker. Then we need stone tied with the thread. Then you immerse or dip into this water, stone tied with the thread. So what happens if you dip this stone inside the glass? Means the water level rising up now here. So why water level rising up? What is the reason? Because the stone exists. Stone need to some space to occupy, inside the water. So that much of water rising up. So is it water rises in first beaker? No, in first beaker water does not rises. In second beaker, when you dipping stone, so that time the water level rising. No, so you understood from this experiment the stone have volume. So the stone need to occupy space inside the water. So the volume of the stone equal amount of water rising up. So another one experiment. In this, want to take one beaker. In this beaker filled 3/4 of water. 3/4 of water. Then you perpendicularly immerse a glass tumbler. Want to immerse perpendicularly one glass tumbler. So if you immerse perpendicularly this glass tumbler into your water, so what happened? The liquid level here rising up. So why the liquid level rising up? Because the inside the glass tumbler exists some space, no? So why here the liquid level rising up? Is it inside the glass tumbler going water? No. So inside the glass tumbler exists air. So air need to occupy space, no? So inside the glass tumbler exists air. So this air need to occupy space. So that much of volume water rising up. So you understood air also have volume, it occupies space, so the water level rising there. Next, another one experiment related to this. We need one scale, 30 centimeter scale, then 2 balloons, thread. So first we want to take a scale, 30 centimeter scale, then air filled balloon, hang both ends. Want to fill air inside the balloon and hang with the both the ends, here and here. Then keep one cello tap stick here. Stick one cello tap in one balloon. Then balance this balloon by a thread. So in first it is in balanced condition. Then you want to take needle. By using needle you want to make hole in the position of cello tap. So what happened? The balloon shrinking, no, there, that changes the shape. It is shrinking. So what happened? The level of it is in balanced condition? No, it comes up. It comes in downward direction. It comes up. So what is the reason? Because inside the balloon exists air. So air also have mass, no? So here mass decreases. So it becomes in imbalanced condition. In first it is in balanced condition after removing air, losing air inside the balloon. So it loses the mass, so it becomes in imbalanced condition. So you understood matter is anything, it occupies space and it has mass. From these three experiments you understood matter is anything, it is occupies space and it has mass. You know that about solid, liquid and gaseous state. Then we are discussing about the properties of solid, liquid and gases. First, the property of solid. What is the property of solid? The solids have mass and also it have volume and also it have shape. If consider one stone, it have mass, it have volume, and it have shape, no? So it is in solid state. So in the solid state particles, the moment of freedom is less. There is no moment of freedom to move particles, no? But in liquid state, what is the property of liquid state? In liquid state, it have definite volume but not have definite size, no? Why? Because if you pour into a glass means it becomes depends on the glass shape. If you pour into a bottle, it depends on the bottle shape. So which vessel you are takes, that shape becomes water, no? So water have definite volume but not have shape, but the particle have freedom to move. In gaseous state, next, what is the properties of a gaseous state? In gases have no definite volume, no definite shape. So in a gaseous state, materials, they have not definite shape and not have definite volume. So the freedom of movement of particle is very high. In gaseous state, the particles are arranged in so far, so the particles are freely moving there. Next, one experiment. Next we are discussing about tiny particles in a matter. So in this experiment, what all done? In first, in a beaker we are taken with water and we put into potassium permanganate, no? So what happened? It changes its colors. You stir well this water. The stir well means what happened? The potassium permanganate dissolved in water. Is it? We can see any particles of potassium permanganate here? No, we can't see any particles of potassium permanganate. Why? Because it completely dissolved in water, no? So we can't see any smaller particles of potassium permanganate. So next, we want to take another one beaker. So you mix it with here with sugar. If you put in a beaker sugar, so stir well. So what happened? After sometimes it's completely dissolved in water, no? So it completely dissolved in water. So if you taste this water, what you see? We can feel taste, sweet taste, no? So but any one particles of sugar we can't see there, but it completely dissolved in water, but the taste of this sugar water is changes. The taste becomes sweet, no? So it property, the sugar property does not changes here, but it dissolves in water. The property of sugar does not changes here. You know that each particles in potassium permanganate and sugar solution. So each particle is made up of tiny particle. We can't see it in our naked eyes. Where tiny particle is made up of crores of particles. We can't see it in naked eyes. Next, we are discussing about topic arrangement of particle in different states of matter. So how the particles are arranged in different states. You know that the different states, solid, liquid, gas. So how the particles are arranged. So some statements are given here. The first one is particles have a distance between them. The particles have distance between them. If in solid, how the particles are arranged. In liquid, the particle arrangement, that. Next, particles move continuously. Next, particle attract one another. The particles attracting one another. This. See that picture. In that picture you can see how the particles are arranged in solid, liquid and gaseous. So see the first picture, solid. How is their particle arrangement? The particles are closely arranged in solid state. So in solid state, the moment or freedom to movement of particle is very less because they are tightly close to each other. The particles are very close to each other, not have freedom to movement of particle in a solid state. See next, liquid. So in liquid state, we can see that in liquid state the particles are some gap have they're considering solid, the more gap is there. So here the particle movement is have the freedom to move particles here in liquid state. Considering next, gaseous state. See the gaseous state. In the gaseous state, particles are arranged in further in gaseous state, particle arranged, so many gap is there. So the freedom to movement of particle is greater in gaseous state, less in solid. Solid not have freedom to move particles. So you understood the arrangement of particles in a solid, liquid and gaseous. Next we are discussing change in state. They are in solid, liquid, gases. So how that changes its state? Consider if water is in solid state, if you heated, so what happened? Heat given means it converted into liquid state. Again this liquid state cooled means again comes to solid state, no? So it comes to again cooled, it becomes solid state. This liquid again heating, so what happened? It becomes gaseous state. Or again heated liquid means it comes to in vapor, it becomes a gaseous state. This gaseous again cooled, so it becomes a liquid state. So consider if water, if you heated water, the water exists in three states also, solid, liquid, gas. Solid ice cube, if you heated ice cube, it converted into liquid. Again this liquid again heated means again it converted into vapor, gaseous state. So in some substance, if you heated means it directly changed into gaseous state. It does not becomes there liquid, it directly changed into gas. If solid, it is in the state of solid. If you given heat means directly converted into gaseous state. So this process is called sublimation. For some example is there, sublimation, naphthalene and iodine. This all example for sublimation. When you heat the naphthalene, it directly converted into gaseous state. It does not becomes a liquid state. So this process is called a sublimation. So today's class we are discussed the first properties of matter. So in that property, the matter exists in three physical states, solid, liquid and gas. Then we have studied about arrangement of particles. The particles are how arranged in a three state also. We have studied about that. Then we have studied about what is sublimation. Sublimation means when a substance in the form of solid substance heated means it directly converted into gaseous state. For example that iodine and naphthalene. So thank you. We will continue our next class.